Today, jury selection will begin, and joining me now is trial attorney and legal analyst Misty Marris. Misty, good morning to you. Considering his fame and how prominent the headlines have been, it seems like jury selection for Diddy will be way more challenging than your average case.
Yes, Mark, he's not just famous, he's infamous. And everything surrounding the allegations against him, it has been covered so intensely and so negatively that certainly it's going to be a hurdle to seating a jury. And in order to combat some of that, we're seeing what's happening behind the scenes to address the fact that this is a unique jury selection process. We've seen famous people before, but this is next level. And what we saw on Friday is submissions by the defense for the questions that would be on a jury questionnaire. Defense pros 72 questions that they want to ask juries on paper on the questionnaire before they even get into voir dire. Now, prosecutors said it's too much, it's over the top, it's unnecessary. But these are the types of things that are happening behind the scenes in order to seat this jury. And it's been kind of contentious every step of the way. And we'll see what that questionnaire looks like once court gets underway today.
You and I have talked about this for so long. Those 72 questions, what do we anticipate those questions or even just the topics to look like that the prosecution and defense will focus on asking potential jurors?
Yeah, so this is where the defense wants to go. The defense wants to go really expansive. And by the way, even if this stuff doesn't make it into the jury questionnaire, it will be part of voir dire. But some of the areas, domestic and intimate partner violence and abuse, thoughts on alternative sexual lifestyles, thoughts on drugs, guns, hip hop industry in general, the hip hop lifestyle, hip hop music. So you're talking about some very, very serious areas of inquiry that will be with each juror. And the reason for that is it's twofold. From the defense perspective, we know that Cassie Ventura tape will be played in court. Yeah. They're going to want jurors who can put aside their biases regarding domestic violence and domestic disputes and look at what the charges actually are. So those questions are going to be really important. And then on the flip side, we know that the defense is going to be that Diddy engaged in a swinger lifestyle. So they're going to want people who are open-minded on that jury. And from the prosecution side, we spend a lot of time talking about how it's hard for the defense to get a fair jury. But remember, Diddy is famous in this industry for years and years and years. There's people who idolized him, who are huge fans, who haven't put that aside given these allegations. So that's huge too. And the key is you're not going to get people who don't know about the case.
Yes.
It's just people who can put aside what they do know and be fair when they come into deliberations.
The other thing I keep thinking about, Misty, too, is who would Diddy's ideal juror be? I mean, is that like a stealth juror who's a diehard fan that he wants on that bench? Or, I mean, who do they have in mind?
They definitely want jurors who are going to look at some of the allegations with some skepticism. We know what the defenses are going to be. We know that two of the victims, Cassie Ventura being one, the other three, victim 2, victim 3, victim 4, have not been named publicly. But one of the other victims, according to the defense, both Cassie Ventura and that victim engaged in long-term relationships with him. So they're going to want people who are going to think, well, why were they with him for so long if this was going on? And we know that Cassie Ventura settled a civil lawsuit, so there's going to be an element of financial gain. They're going to want individuals who are going to be on that jury who are going to put aside the 60 civil complaints that they've heard about in the media and all of the stuff that's been swirling around regarding Diddy, and that he's basically persona non grata with other celebrities, right? Nobody wants to touch him. Put all of that aside and just focus on the allegations. And they're also going to want, listen, the freak-offs are central to this case. It's all about force, fraud, and coercion that people were engaging in these freak-offs. That's what the legal bar says. Now, the question is, you want jurors who are going to have that open mind about alternative lifestyles and not come in with that preconceived notion that this is nefarious on its face. You want people who are going to come in and really hear about the evidence and how it applies to the law.
Well, we'll see how long jury selection and then just the trial as a whole will take. Misty Marris, I'm sure I'll have you back on several times before this is all said and done. Thank you, as always.
Thanks, Marky.